What's up, guys? Tech Peasants Podcast, episode 14.
Attempt number 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
Audition fucked up the first time, so now we're doing it again.
Luckily, it was early on.
Yep.
It was a conspiracy after all.
Shut the fuck up. The audience doesn't have any context for that
It's fine.
statement.
It's fine.
Do you need some for a conspiracy? I didn't think so.
Tech Peasants Podcast, where we occasionally talk about video games.
It's
So our first topic
What are we talking
today,
about?
shit going left.
Intel Coffee Lake processors, which are actually competitively priced, offer great performance, and the flagship is being hailed as the best CPU for gaming.
Nice.
So we have the i7-8700, which is a hexa-core, meaning 6 cores, has a max turbo boost frequency of 4.6 gigahertz, a base of 3.2, 12 megabytes of cache, the Intel integrated graphics 630. No one uses that
What
unless
does that
No.
convert to dollars?
it will be around $306.
No, Savanti, you said cash.
Not
Get
that
it? I
kind
made a pun.
Cash isn't a currency.
not that
though.
kind of cash.
It's a way of naming a specific.
He was making
type
a
of
joke.
currency.
And
Shit, Daniel's right.
It,
All right,
it is
continue
a
on.
conspiracy. Then you agree?
Fuck you,
going
alright?
left.
Oh my god.
Alright,
Fuck.
please carry on.
So yeah, hexa-core, good performance, really good processor to have. Then we have the i7-8700K, which is like that's the flagship, my bad. The K is always the best one to use. 3.7 gigahertz at base, 4.7 max turbo boost, 12 megabytes of cache again, and that one's around $365. That's the best one. That's the flagship, because the K means you can overclock it, so if you want to go even further in the base with 6 cores, that's going to be some great performance. And for around $365, you're looking at a really good price right there for potentially being able to handle anything. Then you have the i5s, which come in at a really good price per performance. We have the 8600K, 3.6 gigahertz at stock, 4.3 gigahertz at boost, 9 megabytes of cache, and then that one is around $258. Really good price, and it's still hexa-core, still up to 4 gigahertz boost clock. So you're at great performance right there, just out of the box for only $258. Then we have the i5 8400. Once again, hexa-core, 4 gigahertz boost, 2.8 gigahertz base, 9 megabytes of cache, good. Then we have the i3s, which are down to the quad cores, and 4 gigahertz for the 8350K. That's honestly probably going to replace the if you have like an old school like 4790K, you could probably upgrade to that i3 and you'd still have something better because it's newer. Or if you just want to save a buck and get a decent quad core, that's a good one. Then if you want to go even cheaper than that, there's the 8100, which is the cheapest one for only $117. You get 3.6 gigahertz and the Intel graphics. So good processors, decently priced, and Digital Foundry did a gameplay analysis of them. They made a huge difference in performance. Like, this is a good step up. Like, you pair this with a good GPU, you're going to be gaming good for a while.
That entire block of speech literally meant nothing to me.
No, but like I feel like AMD is starting to have an effect on Intel though.
Thank goodness.
'Cause,
Intel has had the monopoly.
Yeah. If
Sorry for the sound you're about to hear in my stand.
oh my god.
So professional.
But yeah,
Well,
they're
I guess we're going to have to listen to that awfulness for a little bit.
well.
What the hell are you doing?
This stand is loose, but it was like
Oh.
sliding off the table.
Just like your mom.
Oh!
Whoa, shit. Shit.
Okay, but I was saying that I
Shit.
think AMD is starting to fuck with Intel.
Yeah, this is competitively priced, so I'm glad they're having an effect.
Because that's not too bad of a price for what you get.
Who's
there.
better again? I keep forgetting.
Intel's got the better core performance. AMD is usually cheaper and runs a little bit hotter,
Yeah.
but AMD still works. So that's why Ryzen was such a good processor. You get a high core count for a cheap price. Like they have their octa-core line, and now Intel has a hexa-core starting for all their i7s now and i5s. So now it's starting to have higher core counts become the norm, which it's not necessary for 6 cores, but for like most people now, I'd say it is. Like in my case, for example, I could benefit from 6 cores because I could stream and play games without there being a hit at all, more or less, because that would be processor intensive. And then if you just want to render stuff, 6 cores is way better than 4. So it's just, there's a benefit. There's no downside to having more cores except for when fucking devs don't optimize. But that's a whole different story. But that's starting to become a thing of the past. So
this entire conversation, much like my jokes, is a little corny.
You do not condone.
Continuing on.
We do not condone puns on cat peasants.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much that. Intel Coffee Lake. Let's see if AMD actually gets even more competitive now. Let's see if we can get these two back to where they actually have like equal share of the market. Because then only the consumer wins in that regard. So hopefully we see that.
True, but you know this new competitive price thing.
Yeah.
May get Intel's dick hard again, and they'll start charging out the ass again. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a while before we see any more new processors, though. But
yeah, true.
Hopefully.
Well, this will do for a long time.
Yeah, hexa-cores are. That's more or less future-proof for right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, because people still use dual cores and actually can still do everything.
Really?
You can use a dual core and game at 4K. To be honest.
That's all I ever need.
And Intel has a dual core brand that's actually. It was like saying you can have a stronger thing than the Xbox One X with this dual core.
Damn.
I believe it.
Like and the chip, and it's only like $50-something for that processor. I forgot what it's.
Well, because the console CPUs suck.
Or something. Yeah, thing is trash. But so yeah, that's that. Intel processors looking good. Next up, quickly, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Once again, we got more milestones for it. It reached over 2 million consecutive players on Steam. So the record just keeps going. It already passed Dota 2. It's the highest most played game at one time right now on Steam, and it keeps going up. So where this stops, we have no idea. It's also sold over 15.6 million copies.
And it's still in early access.
That's
crazy.
And Microsoft did, I don't know if they bought the game or they bought the, I think it's just a deal. Like, they'll get the game early on Xbox. And a funny thing enough, Sony actually, like, is looking into getting it on PlayStation, like, next year. So it's rumored that Microsoft's trying to extend their exclusivity deal to keep it off the PS4.
Wow.
Which, I mean, it's still on PC, so I don't care. But, like, Microsoft, Phil Spencer went on record saying that he doesn't like the exclusivity deals anymore. But now they're doing this.
What do you mean?
I'm so tired of Microsoft and their exclusives.
Oh, you mean the timed exclusive?
Yeah, like what they did with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Or they keep a game for, like, a few months before
it's not exclusive. Like, technically...
There's no benefit to doing that.
There isn't.
There is, but Microsoft never does it with good games. They did it with Rise of the Tomb Raider. That wasn't big enough to...
Average.
Yeah, they did it with Rise. Not a fantastic game. And then, like, with the first Titanfall, I mean, it was good, but...
The Titanfall's on...
It was on Origin.
Oh, right.
The PC version was the better version of that, of course. And then Titanfall 2 was multi-plat. That's arguably one of the best shooters this gen. So, Microsoft just doesn't... If they use that for a good game, I could see the reason for doing it, but they don't use it for good games.
I want them to just keep it. If they want it to be exclusive that bad, just keep it and don't let it happen to any other platform.
Yeah, like I don't think Cuphead's coming to PS4 anytime soon.
I'm against that, but
no, it's not.
Like the dev actually said they have no plans to port that on PS4, but they don't really need to on Cuphead.
No.
They don't really need to though, because it's that's a topic later. It's sold really good on PC already.
I know, but like, why not?
That's I don't think Microsoft like bought them and told them not to. I think it's just a matter of they don't want to. So I don't know.
Well, I mean,
they make a lot of money though, so I don't know what their true motive for that is.
I'd imagine
maybe they're fanboys. Who knows?
You don't need much of a beefy computer to play it.
Cuphead,
so
my laptop could probably run that game.
Exactly. So I mean, if you have a computer, you can play it.
The funny thing is,
Daniel, you could play it easily.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like when you start the game, it defaults to like that 768p or whatever.
Oh, that's.
I upped it to 1080p. I didn't see a difference at all.
Yeah, I pretty much played halfway through the game, and before I realized, oh, I'm not on 1080p.
Yeah, there's no.
And I didn't see a difference at all.
I think it's the art.
Probably
style.
because like
It's the
the
art style.
filter,
They
yeah,
want
and the
to,
art
they want
style.
to look that
Yeah,
way.
it's
So
all
that's
popped
funny
and
though. It's
scratched
like I
and
guess
whatnot.
for processing sake, you can lower the resolution and not lose any of the quality, but your computer runs it better. But yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, PUBG is doing good. And then speaking of PUBG, there was that game Fortnite Battle Royale.
Oh, the rip-off.
The rip-off, that's third person only.
Yeah.
That went free to play. I played a few matches of it. It's okay. PUBG is obviously better in like every way, but it's okay. It's free to play, so it got 10 million players in over 2 weeks. I mean, in just at 2 weeks. So it's a success for Epic Games. It's free to play though, so like I'm not surprised by those numbers, especially since now Battle Royale is blown up once again. So we'll see how it goes from
How
there.
many players does PUBG have again?
It's
2 million?
hit 2 million consecutively. It's sold 15.6 million.
Okay.
But that's a game that costs $30 versus Fortnite, which is free to play. And they just said 10 million people have played it, not consecutively or anything. Just so many people have logged on and played it at least once. So yeah, that's that. PUBG is still great. I haven't played it in a while because of Cuphead, but I want to play that again. I need to play with a clan because playing solo for that game, when you, I'm still hurt by that one death where I just had great ass gear that I got ran the fuck over. Had this boss sniper and I just got ran the fuck over.
I love a game like that.
Well, I mean, you were getting carried away.
Next topic.
We don't condone Jacob on Tech Fest's podcast.
Fuck
man.
yourself.
So now
There wouldn't be a podcast without me.
You're right.
Donate to the anti-Jacob pun making society
donate so we can get our own sound.
on the
mix.
Tech
a
Peasants
Patreon.
wiki.
Make a Patreon for us, and then we'll put our Patreon
Yeah.
Patreon for the wiki.
Support us on Patreon, where you'll get absolutely nothing.
Follow me on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Kickstarter
yeah.
Support my Kickstarter for Pet Rocks.
for Patreon. The shit going left. Okay.
A Kickstarter.
All right.
Wait, a Kickstarter to start a Patreon. Holy shit, you have broken so many levels right
Meta.
there.
That's meta right there.
No, that's what we call
For the
genius.
For the culture. But yeah, so next topic. Warning, me and Jacob are about to praise the ever-living fuck out of Cuphead.
Oh shit, we're doing this now.
10-minute limit.
It's 15-minute limit.
Oh, my bad.
I'm
15-minute
going to let
limit.
Jacob go first. Then
No,
I'll
you
just...
go first.
No, you go first. Get yours out the way.
Okay, so Cuphead's been around for like 3 years now. We saw it.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, what?
What? No, it was announced like
It's been
3 years ago.
announced.
Oh, okay.
We've known it's existed for
Yeah.
3 years.
Okay.
The art style instantly got people interested, and then we found out they're aiming for the 30s look, and they absolutely nailed it. It took them longer to do because Microsoft wanted them to do some running gun levels. They didn't want it to just be boss fights.
I can
So
understand
they added
that.
in some running gun levels. The game finally released. It's gotten great reviews. It's sold over 500,000 copies on Steam so
Yeah,
far.
500 copies.
Shit, that's awful.
Over 500,000 copies on Steam so far. And I love it. So I'll start with the gameplay because the art style is the main point, but I'll do the gameplay first. It's basically Contra, but with a few twists, and it's
I thought it was Dark Souls.
Jacob?
but yeah, the main gameplay type is basically Contra. You have specials from when you land enough hits on the enemies. The boss fights are the main thing about this game, and they have patterns you have to learn. You have to trial and error this game a lot. You will die, just accept it. But then you learn the pattern, you evolve, you beat the boss, you move on. I'm currently in World 3. I currently have one boss left in World 3. And then we'll see where it goes from there. The running gun stages are pretty fun. I feel like some of them get a little too hectic for my taste, but I still like go for them all. I got all the coins in them, so those are fun. The co-op aspect is really cool. They make the bosses a little bit harder, but you can also parry your partner when they die, and they can get back into the fight. The weapon variety is actually really good. Didn't expect that. If you want just a basic pea shooter the whole way through, you can do that, but you might want to change up your weapons for some bosses. And like, for example, there's one called the Lobber, which just is like a higher damage output that kind of has an arc to it. I like that one. Charge Shot, which is OP, but they're going to nerf it, so it won't be OP for too much longer. And that's pretty much the gameplay. You can dash, of course, and there's supers, but it's fun gameplay, art style, music presentation overall. Absolutely fantastic. This is one of the few games where they set out a mission statement and they clearly met it and exceeded it in multiple ways. This definitely looks just like a 30s cartoon. It looks like it, it feels like it. It runs at 60 frames, but it still kind of looks like 24 frames like the cartoons were back then. So it's very well done. The music is also very well done, because when you die a lot in this game, you think, I'm getting tired of this music. I never got tired of any of the tracks in this game after dying multiple times in a row and hearing the same sound effect over and over again. So, well done on the music, well done on the presentation. The story is actually interesting. It starts out and you're like, oh, this is kind of dark. And we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, for $20, this is a steal. And you definitely get your money's worth, because you're going to be spending a lot of time on this game. Even though you could technically beat it in probably an hour, you ain't beating this shit in an hour unless you're a pro.
Oh no, you could definitely beat the game in around 45 or 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, if you know the boss patterns and you know how everything works, if you're a cup master, then you can definitely get through the game in half an hour. It's that short. And honestly, I'm really glad that they added the running gun stages, because if they were just boss fights, it would have been too short.
It's kind of boring. Yeah.
It would have been too short, and it helps break the monotony, and it's a great way to vary the gameplay. Savanti's already said it, and I'll just say it again. The art style is really cute. It's really great. And the animation is absolutely spectacular. The animation's wonderful. The art style is great. All of the characterizations for the bosses are wonderful. Some of my favorites are Beppy the Clown, Jimmy the Great, Cala Maria, which was the mermaid Medusa sort of character. There was absolutely fantastic overall. The only boss that really bored me visually was Rumor Honeybottoms, the B boss. I just want to say that throughout my entire gameplay, I never once got angry at this game, despite the multiple deaths, despite everything, despite hearing the same music over and over and over again, despite hearing the same sound effects over and over and over again. Despite hearing a great brawl and then some over and over and over again, and seeing you died over and over and over again, I never once got angry at the game. But that boss was
surely
just
getting red hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Rumor Honeybottoms was the only boss that visually bored me. So by the end of it, I was just like, "Oh, come on, can we get a move on?" But yeah, that was fantastic. What really shines for the Cuphead for me is the soundtrack. What's really fantastic about the soundtrack, which I would suggest buying, is that the soundtrack, when you buy it on Steam, they give you 2 copies of the soundtrack. The first one is an MP3 soundtrack.
Of course.
And then the second one is an FLAC soundtrack, which is an open source lossless compression algorithm that basically gives you the same quality of a wave, but a smaller file size. It's a lossless compression. I don't know how the hell that works with audio samples, but whatever, it seems to work. And the definitive way to listen to Cuphead is definitely the FLACs. Because the soundtrack is absolutely gorgeous. The composer for Cuphead is absolutely amazing. And he is definitely a master composer. He definitely knows how music works. And his grasp on music theory is absolutely superb. He has really fantastic varied chord progressions throughout the songs to keep them upbeat or keep them ominous, whatever the feeling may be. And he really knows how to manipulate instruments, because he definitely knows how instruments work, because there are several instruments throughout the entire soundtrack that the instruments play separate roles, play many different roles. There are some sounds that come out of these instruments that absolutely surprise me. Like, for example, with the song, well, it was the one with Cagney Carnation. That's my favorite track. How did I forget it? Floral Fury. There we go. I'm really impressed with the song Floral Fury because the brass mixes very well with itself, and then the trumpet breaks apart from the rest of the brass to create a really unique sound for specific parts, and then it switches to the piano, and then it switches to a different one, and each instrument gets their own role in the song, and it creates a really complex composition, even though some measures of the song are the same. I'm really bad at describing this, but the soundtrack is masterful. There's over 2 hours 30 minutes of this soundtrack, and it's absolutely amazing.
That's long.
And it's
good.
2 hours 30 minutes of custom jazz, and
you can beat the bosses in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they compose a lot more than that. So
yeah. And there's also piano renditions of a lot of different songs.
I love that,
which is really nice. And they even threw in 2 barbershop quartets.
I love the barbershop quartets.
So yeah, the opening title screen's a barbershop quartet, and there's a hidden barbershop quartet song in the second world. You have to find that, and it's really nifty. And the story's really great too. As simple as it is, it's really dark. Like, yeah, Cuphead and Mugman find themselves in a casino, and then all of a sudden they find themselves in debt to the devil. So now their souls are damned to hell unless they go and round up all of the devil's debtors.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit.
I heard devil and hell. What the fuck?
Yeah, this game is dark.
Yeah, the game's title, the game's subtitle is "Don't Deal with the Devil."
Oh shit!
Playing off how those old cartoons were twisted and fucked up.
Yeah,
we just don't remember it because we were kids. It was like, oh, look, pretty picture.
Yeah, there's always like a darker side
some
to
type
it.
of
yeah, 1930s rubber hose animation was really freaky.
Yeah.
But just this soundtrack, holy shit. Another one of my favorites is Carnival Kerfuffle. It starts out with some nice saxophone with the main melody, and then it immediately calms down to a piano, a low bass piano build-up. And the music is timed wonderfully. You can tell the composer worked closely with the game designers.
I love when they do
because
that.
if you could beat the boss fast enough, you can get Beppy to knock himself and fall off and go into the next stage right as the piano winds up, and then the jazz band comes back in with the saxophone. And this soundtrack is absolutely amazing. It's honestly skyrocketed so quickly to be one of my favorite soundtracks. It's incredible. Cool. It's absolutely incredible. I would suggest buying it. The game is great. It's hard. Who cares? It's fantastic.
Get good.
Well, it's good. It's good they focused on the soundtrack because in the 30s cartoons, the music was
time with the
what gave, like if there was an action happening, there was an instrument happening with it to emphasize the action. Go like, dun, dun,
exactly.
Dun, dun. Or someone punched, there'd be like I can't remember the name of the instruments.
Saxophone.
Cymbals. Yeah.
Oh, right,
yeah, that.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, that's cool that they focused on that a lot.
I love the presentation overall because the soundtrack is fantastic, but just everything here fits. Nothing's out of place. Everything just fits.
I love. Yeah.
It's so cohesive. This game is just great.
It's aesthetic.
It's absolutely wonderful. And one thing that I really like is the bird boss.
Oh yeah.
Like a minute into the song, they play dun 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 dun. I love that. It's just Flight of the Valkyries out of nowhere, and I love it. And it's play the game, buy the game, buy the soundtrack, enjoy the soundtrack.
It's
treat yourself.
Worth $20.
Treat yourself.
Hell, get the deluxe, get the soundtrack because it's worth it.
I'll have to consider that then because I really want to play
2017 in general, it's just had like a lot of great music to me.
Yeah, honestly, I think that Cuphead is my game of the year. Yes, even over Breath of the Wild. I think Cuphead is my game of the year.
Once I beat it, I'll be able to make my decision. It is right up there right now. It's in the top 3 for sure. So, yeah.
Cool.
But,
Yeah, and you got some wonderful bonuses waiting for you if you get good at the game. I will tell you what the conditions are, but I won't tell you what the rewards are. Turns out Cuphead can be played pacifist.
Yep.
The run and gun stages, if you get through all of the run and gun stages without killing anything, if you beat the run and gun stages pacifist, you get a special reward. And if you A rank, like A plus or S rank everything, there's another reward for you. You can get them by talking to certain NPCs in World 3, and there are rewards for it. And once you beat the game, there is indeed an expert mode. That's where you get the S ranks.
Yep, that's where you gotta get really good.
It gets even harder. And I will tell you that S ranking is hard. And expert mode is incredibly hard. Like, you remember Arabian Croaks and Clip Joint Calamity.
Yeah.
You know how one of them spits like fireflies and the other one does like these energy blast sort of things? Expert mode has both of them at once.
Fuck!
So yeah, some attack phases will happen at the same time.
Sounds fun.
Cup souls.
I'm gonna have to pass on that shit, bro.
Cup souls.
Fuck.
No 100% for you.
I was gonna go for my masters in Cupheadology. I'm gonna stick with my GED and just beat the game normally.
Yeah, I cannot stop praising that soundtrack. Like, another great one is Ruse of an Ooze. Like, the game, like that soundtrack sets a tone throughout the entire thing, and then halfway through it completely changes the way that the bass works, the way that the bass line works to be more bouncy. And then a clarinet comes in and creates really amazing sounds for the main melody. It's absolutely amazing. Buy it. We're moving on now.
Yeah,
we've gone over a 15-minute limit.
Buy the game. But so yeah, next topic. This fits into what me and Dan were playing last night. The original Battlefront 2 got its servers back up on PC. So if you want to play that right now, you can go right on now with your friends.
It's much better than using Game Ranger.
Yeah,
because that's what we had to use in the past. Game Ranger is a great program. It's just Steam servers are much more convenient.
Yeah, so that's back up and that's great. Back on Steam and GOG. So hop on that if you want to. And now I'll go over some quick impressions I have from the Battlefront 2 beta, the recent game coming out in November. I played the game, and honestly, at first I wasn't impressed at all. It looks good still, but like, I don't know. I think the disappointment of the first one was still there. But so I played Galactic Assaults or whatever it's called. Boring. The maps are too big for only 40 players. DICE designed like a typical Battlefield map, but for Battlefront games, the max players count as 40, which I don't get why they do that.
Is it on PC too?
Yeah.
40?
Yeah, I don't know why it's limited to 40. Because
wasn't it 64 on the OG?
Battlefield.
Yeah.
Well, not even the OG Battlefront was 40. Like they've limited Battlefront to 40 players max for some reason. But like the map was
weird.
boring.
Okay.
It was the level I forgot. I'm bad with Star Wars planets. The level from episode 1 where they stormed the castle. Yeah, okay, that wasn't Naboo. Yeah, just that level more or less. You storm it with the droids and everything.
Oh, okay, yeah, like in the trailers.
Yeah, and like you can pick the heroes and everything. Playing as Maul was fun. I didn't get to play as any of the heroes because I just didn't get into a match like that. But playing as Maul was fun. But the mode overall was just boring. It's just too slow until you get inside the castle. Then it gets fun. But the whole point of the
what mode was it?
It's called Galactic Assault. Like I think what the mode will be is just trying to approach a stronghold. It's like replacing Walker Assault from the first one. You try to keep progressing up. If I had to compare it, it's kind of like Rush. It's kind of like Rush, if I had to compare it to a Battlefield mode.
Well, is it kind of like how King of the Hill was in Uncharted 2? Or something?
Nah. Like, I'd compare it mostly to Battlefield 3's Rush mode.
Okay, I got you.
But, so that mode was boring. Then they had Strike, I think it was called, where this one was based off The Force Awakens. You go to Maz Kanata's castle, and like if you're playing as the Imperials, you go pick up an item and try to escort it out for the battleground and win.
Okay.
And that one was fun because it's 16 players, but the map is smaller and more close quarters. so you get into more fights. Once again, third person is the way to go, so you can see more. That mode was better if I'm like, whatever. Starfighter Assault. Now that was freaking awesome.
The space.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'm looking forward to that. I was literally playing that for 9/10 of the beta.
They didn't have that in the first Battlefront.
Not until you bought the freaking Death Star DLC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you could fly ships, but not like in space.
Misa thinks I have no input on this.
I'd rather. Okay, are the space battles like in the OG Battlefront 2? Like
kinda,
like you can freely fly your ship
freely fly
in
around
this
and
area.
stuff. Yeah, you freely fly in a huge area, way bigger than the one in Battlefront 2.
Damn. Okay.
And like what I love about this one now, controlling it. I was playing with a mouse, but controlling it is way better now. And what they've done, and this is brilliant. I don't know if any other game has done this for flying or not. Now there's a circle around the ship. If you aim at that circle, your blaster shots will hit. It's like it's gauging your shot, showing you where you should aim to hit.
That's happened in a lot of dogfighting games.
Okay. Well, yeah, like Battlefront 2 has that now.
I used to play this old game on the Wii. I can't remember. I think it was called Afterburner or something. I don't know. But yeah, it had stuff like that, and yeah.
But yeah, so like you aim at the circle now, and that's how you can kill those fighters.
Yeah, with your lasers. Yeah,
fun. And then like the mode for that mode is if you're playing against the rebels, you try to take out a Star Destroyer. So you destroy one of the smaller ships, one of the Star Killers, the smaller ones.
Oh, the frigates.
Yeah, you take out those. Then you take out the shield generators inside.
Yeah, just like in the OG.
Yeah, then you take out the rest of the ship. It's like that, but there's more phases to it. Like you can't just attack one freely.
Gotcha.
And there's not really shields per se. You gotta take out something else. And then if you're playing as the Imperials, of course, you just try and stop them and take out the Y-wings so they can't do their bombing run. But that mode is just so fucking fun.
That's what I want to play there.
That mode alone has me hyped for the game now. Like I was already hyped, but then I played the first two. I'm like, this isn't all that. Then that saved it for me. Like I was playing the rest of the beta on that mode. Because it looks amazing, of course.
I have never played like a Star Wars game that had a good dogfighting in it.
Oh, here you go.
I can't wait to play it.
Here you go.
My god,
it was so fun. And then like I got to call in, I got to bring in play as the Millennium Falcon. That was awesome. But people were on my ass.
Oh god,
because you're a big ass target.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I got to try out Poe Dameron's ship. But I couldn't do shit because I spawned in and 4 people started just shooting at me. I'm like, fuck. So
why would they make Poe Dameron's ship like a special thing? It's just a normal X-wing.
It's just got a different paint job, more or
less. Yeah, that's literally the only difference. It's just because Poe Dameron is the pilot of it, that's why it's special.
Yeah. Although it was fun playing as him for like the 2 seconds I was able to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then they have Darth Maul's ship, which is actually pretty cool. Then they have the Slave One, Boba Fett ship.
Yeah, Boba Fett ship.
All the hero ships. It's that mode is just so fucking fun. I'll show you a video after. Starfighter Assault saved that beta for me. Now I'm still
I can't wait to play
contemplating buying the game because that was, and then on PC with the mouse just felt so fucking good. So yeah, Starfighter Assault for the win.
Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I thought not.
God damn it.
So yeah, that's that. Battlefront 2. We'll bring that up again later because we have another topic negatively about that game, but we'll bring it up later. Real quick, Daniel, how you been enjoying all your PS4 games?
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I was gonna talk about these. So I've already platinumed Uncharted 4.
Lit.
That was fucking annoying.
Where you at, Coop?
But
I'm not hooping. I ain't gonna
No. Yeah, the crushing on that is so bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I'm playing on crushing now. I think that's kind of why I just.
You know what? I have noticed a pattern, and I never really dwelled on that idea too much, but there really is a pattern in all of the Uncharted crushing games.
What do you mean?
You die.
Yes. No, my whole thing is you will always get past it. It's just it happens. You give it enough tries and somehow
you just get
somehow I feel like the game or all the Uncharted games like know or something. Like I feel like okay, he's died so many times. All right, let's make him beat it this time. I don't know what it is about it. It's just happened to me on every game, and I just never really thought about it until this, because I was just driven to the fucking verge of tears with some levels. I'm just like, fuck.
Okay, well, besides 4's crushing, which one would you consider the hardest?
Besides 4, it'd have to go to 3 to me.
Yeah.
3?
3. I had a lot of problems.
The funny thing is, 3. I'd say 1 is the second hardest. 3 is hard because of the controls.
Yeah, it's the controls.
Yeah, one is definitely 2 is the easiest.
Yeah, 2 is.
Well, let's just get that out of the way.
That's easy.
Like that's a fucking casual.
Like, I think I went from normal to like crushing on that one.
But yeah,
even with the Uncharted collection, which made 2's crushing a lot harder. 2 is still the easiest.
Really?
Not as much, but like this much.
I have to get that next. So I really, really want to play the Uncharted collection. But PS4. Yes, that platinum's over with. I platinum Second Son. Easiest fucking platinum in the history of gaming ever.
Question. What do you think about the infamous ending?
Okay. All right. I talked to Savanti about this. Spoilers. Yes.
Good though.
All right. So I fucking ranted to Savanti. I should have recorded like what I was saying.
What's this on Discord?
Yeah, on Discord. Okay, but
No, Skype.
I really the infamous in Second Son is much different and more awkward than playing as infamous Cole. Because the reason being, as Cole, you didn't have a family member or a family in general.
No.
You were just your own lone wolf.
Yeah.
So any like negative impact you made, I mean, yeah, you had a girlfriend in the first game, and you had a few people in Infamous 2, but overall they weren't exactly your family.
They weren't close.
So you could do whatever consequence, or you could do whatever action you wanted, and your consequence you wouldn't feel like, oh well, whatever, I didn't disappoint anyone with this. But as Delson, your mission was to save your family, and you're fighting alongside with your brother,
right?
So every consequence you made, it just felt awkward to me, like going around killing people, because it's like, oh shit, your family's gonna find out about this. I don't know, but gameplay wise, I found Hero and Infamous mode to be the same. Yeah, I agree. They had a very good check and balance system with that. Where, because in the first game, Infamous was your that was the best play. Yeah, that was the best way to play the game. Like you were strong in that game. You were like, that was the point. But like the gameplay was fun. I usually base it off the neon powers, because that's the best powers.
You'll love
First Light.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that.
It's great.
But yeah, they were about the same. So infamous ending. Oh god.
God, that was so savage.
Damn. I wanted to fucking turn off my game.
Yeah. My face was like,
I was like, oh shit.
And the way they
stopped, they're like, oh
yeah. I was like, oh my fucking god. Like, if I didn't have to get the trophy for Infamous playthrough, I don't think I would have played it. God damn.
I was telling Daniel, like, another reason Infamous felt weird. With the first two, Cole was more or less a flat character.
Yeah.
Like his personality.
Exactly. He was that lone wolf kind of like,
He was like a bland character, so you could just go off whatever you want to for your karma.
Exactly.
I can't see Delson being this much of a dick.
Thank you.
So playing as Infamous felt weird.
That's the thing.
Because they established him as they established his personality before the game.
That's the problem. Yeah.
And the problem is, like, Sucker Punch has already said that if the hero ending will always be canon.
Oh yeah.
So they're making their characters to make that canon storyline. So it's like Infamous now, you might as well not even do it anymore.
It's DLC, more or less.
Yeah.
So like the whole point of the game now was kind of just
My thing is, with Cole, he was actually evil when you played him as Infamous. Like, he didn't care. With Delson,
he just seemed like a common thug.
Yeah. With Delson, it's just like he's being selfish. He's being a dick.
Exactly.
Like, So it wasn't really evil, just him being not considering other people.
Yeah, he was just a
Doing what he
dickhead.
wanted.
He
Yeah.
It was
wasn't
a different
evil.
kind of evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
A different brand.
Exactly.
So it's like,
But yeah, easiest fucking platinum I've ever
Yep.
Yeah.
had to go through.
yeah, I agree.
Okay,
Had
so
to go through. As
had
if
to
you're
go
required.
some games
Infamous?
I feel
Infamous.
obligated.
With
When
Infamous?
it's that easy, you
It's
might
a
as
part
well.
of your degree on it.
Yes.
Infamous, I have to platinum every one.
You have to
And then,
Infamous games.
Then we get to The Last of Us remastered.
Oh boy,
Okay, so
boy.
God damn.
boy.
What a great game. What a great game.
I love it.
I just as a person who watched The Walking Dead and read the comics, I got into this like
Yeah.
no problem.
I bet.
I just fit right in with it.
Mm-hmm.
So another rant thing I did was Savanti.
Oh God. What
So okay, basically like let's talk about the ending. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
So-
The
Massive
Last of Us.
spoilers for The
Yeah.
Last of Us.
Hella spoilers.
If you haven't seen it or played it yet, what's wrong with you?
For real.
Yeah, exactly.
Live on a rock.
But the ending, oh my god,
It
it
fucks
was
with
it was great. It fucked with you.
Yeah, it fucks
Yeah.
with you.
Because like Joel found something
That he was.
that he wanted to live for,
Yeah.
and oh my god, the father-daughter bond.
I love that
in
bond
that
in
game.
any game.
It made me cry.
Yeah.
Literally, I cried.
Yeah.
Because he in this world he was just like this another lone
Hermit.
wolf type
Yeah.
type person. He was
After
just a
losing his
hard
daughter.
ass, like I don't need nobody. But he found Ellie. Just looking to smuggle her. It was a job. She was just an object that he needed to get from point A to point B.
That's it.
That journey was something for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because oh my god, probably I'd say after a little bit before Joel got impaled
Oh.
is when they started to kind of
It was
Bond.
right when it was that moment right where she ran away and you go into the house.
yes
That got to him. He didn't show
Yeah.
it. But that got to
No.
him. Because then by the time they were ready to leave Tommy's settlement, you could
Uh-huh.
tell he was like, okay, I'm staying with you.
Yeah.
That's when it started. And
Oh. That.
So
Yeah, like for people who don't understand that, it's like when you're when you're making stovetop pudding and it starts to thicken a little bit, it starts to stick to the spatula a little bit. That's what that was
Yeah.
like in the story.
yeah, pretty
And
much.
that point of the story is like when the pudding started to stick.
Yes. Yeah. So
Shitty analogies aside,
the
but, you know.
part that actually made me fucking cry manly fucking tears was after Ellie killed David and she broke down, and once Joel said, "I'm so sorry, baby girl," I fucking lost it because
Yeah.
I'm
That
like,
gave
oh
me-
my god.
Yeah, because the
that's
last
it.
time he said that was his daughter.
Yeah,
real daughter.
and I have fucking goosebumps right
Yeah, I
now.
got 'em
like,
right now, too.
Oh my god.
Same here, honestly.
Oh Jesus Christ.
It's just that
So-
game does so many things well.
What always gives me goosebumps in that game is like when something really tragic happens, cuts to black, winter. Or
Yes.
the- or like the
Yes.
next
Yes.
or like the next season pops up. I'm just like, oh, like when
Yeah.
the
brothers.
the brothers.
Oh.
I was just like,
That fucked with me.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
like-
No.
Bad, bruh.
That fucked with me. I had to.
I turned the game off. I'm like, okay, I'm done for the night.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
winter. I'm like, oh.
I don't. Okay, I'm
Like-
kind of different when it comes to that. I don't know if it's because I've watched The Walking Dead and
That's
I'm
probably why.
accustomed to this shit, but that was fucked up. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I've seen that shit in The Walking Dead,
Damn.
and I'm used to it, so it didn't really affect me as much. So I was just like, damn.
Damn.
Okay, winter.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Yeah.
yeah,
So
the first time I saw The Last of Us was actually Markiplier's playthrough.
really,
He cried like a bitch.
I bet.
on the
through several sections of the game.
oh yeah.
I don't blame him.
Like
See,
the beginning,
that game fucked with
the
you.
brothers,
The-
winter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Killing
he
Me,
was good at the game though.
Killing
So
Me, a lot
that
of
was
people
good.
cry.
I had high quality headphones. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my
the
god!
only
So I heard.
You
Yeah.
heard the
Yeah.
clickers and
the,
great
there
quality.
there were two defining moments that made me cry, and that was the beginning and the one I already mentioned
Yeah,
with David.
that both of those were
Now-
very heavy.
Yeah. So
I absolutely hated that section because David had those pedophilic undertones.
Yeah,
So
okay, when I
Debacle.
first
And
met
the
him,
cannibalistic overtones. I
Yes.
was just like,
it's just his voice.
I hate so much right now.
Yeah, his voice, I could tell. I'm
It's
like,
his voice.
"Oh,
That was
okay."
Noah North.
Yeah. Are you
What?
serious?
Noah North voiced David.
God,
damn.
what is the range on this human?
That was
Lower
Noah
North
North.
is he's
Holy
You got me
shit.
fucked up, man. Oh my god.
yeah.
I didn't know he could
Oh
sound
my
like
God.
a serial killer.
How the hell?
Damn.
talented.
This
Okay.
person, Jesus,
voice
is he
actor's
even
right.
human?
No. God, okay, because I didn't know that. And I
I
know,
didn't either. I
I
saw
didn't
it in the
either.
credits. I'm like, that was Noah North.
but yeah, whenever we first encountered him, I'm like, okay, I know this is gonna, this guy's gonna be a piece of shit later on. That's just how it's gonna be. You never trust any stranger in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. But
You didn't think it was gonna go that far, though.
exactly,
Yeah.
like the game did a very good
Like-
job of building your trust,
Like, it was-
while fighting alongside David, and then whenever shit happened is like when the game said, all right, now to fuck you up.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to think of The Last of Us as like an onion, and like the more layers you peel back, the worse it gets. And
Yes.
it's like, oh god,
Yes.
another layer. Oh god.
And it's just like seeing Joel get completely ruthless.
Yes.
Like torture, like how he tortured that
oh my god, I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
that
loved
was
it.
awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, tortured what now? Which
When he
one?
he's looking
tortured
for
the
Ellie.
two guys,
find
whenever
where Ellie
he
was.
woke up from
Getting impaled.
healing, he had to go find Ellie because David and his gang captured
Yeah, I
her.
remember that section.
Yeah, so
these two
he
guys had to
tortured.
jump him.
He captured two of the cannibal guys, and he said, "All right, where the fuck is Ellie?" Blah blah blah. And so like he stabbed
That
one of
boy
them in the
was-
leg.
Oh, that's right. In the,
Yeah.
in the knee. That's
Yeah.
right. I remember that
And
now.
so
Okay.
Completely
he
ruthless.
spilled the beans to Joel, and then he's like,
He also spilled
the
his
other-
blood.
Yeah, and the other guy's like, he already told you what you needed to know. Just let me go. And he goes,
He's like, I ain't telling you shit. He's
Yeah,
like,
I ain't
"That's
telling
all
you
right.
shit. He
I
goes,
believed him.
I believe him. Boom, and I'm like, God damn. That I just had a massive nerd gasm
Yeah.
there.
Sequel, please.
Oh, what's
Yes.
happening?
It's
Now,
not-
now,
Oh, we know, but like sequel, please now.
no, I actually like the torture part whenever he was going
I
to
like the
find
torture
Ellie.
part.
Oh,
Yes.
at the end of the game?
Yeah, at the end of the
That-
game.
that was badass.
The Firefly where he's like, I don't have
I don't got time for this.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Shot
that
him.
that was right. That was right when he was in zero fucks mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had something to fight for. He wasn't fucking losing it.
Yeah.
He didn't care if Ellie was the cure.
Yeah.
Just he wanted his baby. girl
Honestly,
back.
though, who's to say that the surgeons would have been able to survive to actually
That's the thing.
It's that-
distribute it?
that game
Who's to
sets-
say distribution would have actually happened?
That game
I know.
sets up a lot of stuff where it's like, one, this either won't work, or two, have tried it before with similar people.
That actually you bring up another thing that I was very confused about. Before you find Ellie, you find a recording, and it's a surgeon's note or it's some doctor's recording or something.
Wait, was this the monkey one or?
No, that was
That was a
at
different
the
one, okay.
university.
Oh,
You
that's
find
right.
it in the
That
hospital.
was before the impalement.
Yeah. So
This is right at the end.
basically, I'm butchering this, but basically the doctor was saying like,
Was that a pun?
Yes.
I love you.
Not until you said it, but yeah.
I love you.
But yeah, the doctor was saying stuff like, it doesn't grow around the brain or something like that. Like, I can't remember what, but it was what I gathered. It was implying that Ellie doesn't need to die for the cure to be made. So that's why I'm confused on why Marlene said like,
We need
okay,
That whole
Ellie's
thing,
Ellie's
like-
gonna have to sacrifice herself.
The whole
I don't.
thing always
Marlene's a
fuck-
hoe.
Yeah.
Marlene's a
That whole
bitch.
thing always fucked me because I'm like, you can have surgery on the brain without killing the person.
Well,
Unless it was in the middle and they had to like dig in and
Well,
just
did you
like.
play
Well, no,
behind?
they said
Well, it's
said
on the
left
outside of the
behind.
brain.
no,
Okay.
they said it was the
You may
cerebrum.
find out why she's-
They said it was the
Cerebrum?
cerebrum.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then there's
there's no
Ellie
reason-
can fucking survive.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck they were going for the
So
whole she has to die.
maybe
for,
they
like-
got some shitty surgeons or doctors.
It's
you know,
possible
I don't know.
since they've been in the apocalypse for so long. But
I guess so, but
I mean, how many decades was it?
it had been
20
years.
20 years.
Yeah. Because he was like a 20 when he was
When it was
at the
the
beginning.
game takes
Oh, yeah.
place 20
He's
years
40
after
when at like all
Ellie's
that
daughter
shit.
dies.
Yeah. He's old.
Yeah, I know, but just like imagine if like Joel's daughter survived, like she would have been like
She
what?
would have
She would have been
been-
like
She would have been
what,
the
in her
age of like
30s?
Joel when the game started.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20-ish.
Oh man.
No,
that's-
he was
Well, actually,
he
no, 'cause
was
he
like
in his
30,
30s.
30
She would have
mid
been an adult
30s.
though, like at least like
Yeah,
I'd
she
say
would've
around like
been-
25.
Yeah, she would have been an adult.
She
She was at
be the
least-
same age or a little bit older as Sam. What's his name?
Yeah.
The older brother.
yeah.
Yeah. Cause Sam, or I can't remember his name. I'm just gonna call him Sam.
Henry or Sam and Henry.
Sam and Henry. Who was the smaller one? Sam?
Yeah.
I think so. The older one was born around the
Around
time.
because he can't
A
remember.
little bit before.
Yeah, he remembers a cookout and that
Yeah.
was it. That was an interesting.
But
thing.
yeah, so the ending, I side with Joel
Oh yeah.
because
How many doctors did you kill?
Yeah, I
all of them.
Yep. You have to kill the
Did you
one.
have to
Joel.
kill all
You
of
wanted
them?
to kill the one.
Okay, well I killed all
Yeah, I
of them.
killed all of them. I'm
Oh, you
like,
mean?
fuck
Oh, you
all
mean?
y'all.
Oh, you mean when you walk in and?
Yeah.
shit?
You
No,
can't just walk up
I
to the
just
dude
let
and just
loose.
impale him with his own scalpel.
Yeah.
You don't have to shoot
okay,
them at
I
all.
thought you had to kill them all.
I let
That-
loose.
I probably would've
that's-
killed them all in
That's
the
your
first
fucking
place.
emotions taking over.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you've gotten that connected to the game. So you're
Yeah,
like, fuck
so
all of you.
Yeah,
And
I
you
let
just shoot
loose.
them all.
I let loose.
So
That's when you got the assault
I
rifle
got the El
too.
Diablo out and I just
Yeah.
shot all of them in the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
head.
So yeah, I side with Joel, because as you said, who fucking knows if the cure would have been
work.
It's
successful?
too late to save
You
that
know,
world.
So Daniel, how many shiv doors did you have to pass up?
One.
Oh,
And that's
Damn.
because I didn't.
That's impressive.
That's impressive for your first time playing.
because
the game.
I didn't have the materials. I was like,
that's usually how it
"Fuck."
goes.
But all the others I got into. I made sure.
There's an
you know,
exploit for extra materials too.
believe it or not, I didn't really use. There was only one time in the game where I used bombs.
Yeah. Oh, smoke bombs.
No bombs,
Like
just
the,
the regular
the
bombs.
Oh,
Yeah,
Really?
the
Wow.
shrapnel bombs, and
Yeah, now I
that
think
was
about it.
on the part when you go to the hospital and you're in that tunnel. And there's like 3 bloaters.
Oh, fuck
so
that
I'm
section.
like,
yeah.
there's no
I
way
usually
I'm
say
doing
those
this
for bloaters
normally.
or clickers.
Yeah,
Honestly,
so I'm just
fuck
like,
Wait,
I
you
loved-
mean you talking about the part where you fall off the elevator?
No, that's in the beginning.
Oh.
When you're going to the hospital near the end.
Oh, and just that
It's
tunnel.
before the giraffe scene.
Yo.
Yeah, and you're in the tunnel.
That
There's like 2 or
Yeah,
3
I
bloaters,
remember.
and I'm like,
I remember.
what the fuck do
I
they
have
expect me to do? So
Yeah,
I'm just
blow
like,
them shits up.
I gotta
lobbing
show you a
grenades.
video. I actually did that part on Survivor without getting detected at all. I clear out all the
Shit.
infected and shit. I was so proud of myself. I gotta show you that clip
Well,
later.
because if you throw bombs, they don't know where you're at.
Yeah, I threw a bottle.
It's just like Uncharted
and I
4.
threw the Molotov and the nail bomb.
Yeah,
And I killed most of them, but they didn't detect me at all the whole time.
No, they'll follow the sound and they
Yeah.
won't do
I mean, like there was
anything
some
else.
I was walking right in front of them. Though I was like stealthing my way to a certain spot of the level.
Yeah.
Then I did it. And
You want to know what's really fucked up?
Love it.
You want to know what's really
What?
fucked up? Like the clickers progress from the zombies, the regular infected.
Yeah, the
And the
runners.
bloaters
Sat there
evolve
for a long ass time.
From the
clickers.
clickers.
Yeah, for a long time.
What's the bloater gonna evolve
That's
into?
what I want to see in the sequel.
You know, holy shit.
Did I just give you goosebumps?
Okay.
What's the bloater gonna evolve into?
After I beat The Last of Us, I was watching these like 5 things you didn't know about the game or something,
Mm-hmm.
and Naughty Dog teased
Animals. Yeah.
like
Oh,
gorillas.
fuck it. No.
That's what I was thinking
No.
because in the Last of Us trailer,
No.
the tree shows some abnormal scratches on the tree, so it might be an infected bear.
I
or
thought it
some
was just
shit.
like an axe or something.
And that was like some scratches, like
okay.
nails. Might be an
Yeah.
infected bear or some shit.
but
How about no? I don't need a clicker grizzly.
I need a bigger ship.
but the
machete?
ending, I'll get to the ending. Okay.
machete.
So yes, I'm on Joel's side, but it just still
monster.
fucked me up at the end.
That's what it's supposed to do.
When Joel
Lied.
lied.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavily implied that Ellie knows that he's lying.
Yeah, yeah.
She knows.
But I can't help but
Did you
think
see the
like,
Last of Us 2 trailer?
oh yeah. I watched every fucking. I tried to detail it. and
Wait, is
whatnot.
there a new one?
No, the one that-
yes,
It was
PSA.
just yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully, we'll get a new trailer.
My thing is this: who does Ellie want to kill?
I don't know.
Who does Ellie want to kill?
Herself.
I think it's she wants to kill the Fireflies because they did something.
I don't know, man. Like,
there's one theory, and there's one theory about the game that gave me chills when they said it. Someone said a possible thing for The Last of Us could be that the Fireflies killed Joel. She wants revenge.
Yes.
And Joel in the trailer is just her imagination. Yeah. And she's hallucinating that Joel's actually there.
I just got goosebumps. Fuck you.
Theory
I was like, oh shit.
I fucking hate it. I don't want Joel to die like that. Oh my god. Damn,
oh my god, I just got major goosebumps.
I read that, I'm like,
you.
Fuck. They gave me so many
god.
It's still giving me goosebumps now just saying that.
Oh my god.
That only begs the question, who the fuck took the mantle of leader of the Fireflies, you know?
Fucking shit.
Because Joel killed Marlene because he said, you'll just come after her.
Yep.
So, maybe... And, I mean, maybe the Firefly symbol at the beginning of the trailer on the stop sign, maybe that might be a little
That's the thing. That's why
I
think that's an indication, and the people that she killed were Fireflies in the house. Which means she is striking down the Fireflies.
Okay.
That's why I was close.
I refuse to believe that Joel is dead.
I don't want to believe that theory at all, but it makes sense. It's psychological enough that Naughty Dog will actually go for that.
Naughty Dog would do it. They do it. At this point,
Naughty Dog would definitely go for that psychological thing. So Joel will be a part of the game, but
then you find out he's already dead.
Yeah.
They're gonna pull an where you get to almost the end, you find out he's already dead, or they do it halfway through.
They'll pull an Arkham Knight.
Oh god.
Dude. Oh man, that would be such a good reveal though. Like the game acts as if Joel is still alive. But then halfway through, it's revealed he's not actually there at all, and they fooled both you and Ellie's mind has fooled her too. That would be so fucked up.
Naughty Dog, hurry up with the sequel, please.
God damn it. Hurry up with that sequel.
Because they started full development after Lost Legacy was done.
So it's in full production right now.
Cool.
Probably at the earliest, like 2019.
Yeah, that's a topic too. Let's just do that real quick.
Yeah.
The composer Gustavo, I forgot his last name.
Gustavo, I can't pronounce it.
I can't pronounce it. But he said someone did an interview with him. He guessed 2019 is when they'll be done.
Oh yeah, I heard about he leaked.
He leaked.
And I mean that's probably their target. Also, probably will get delayed, but still 2019 sounds like a decent...
Leaks are the Dark Souls of predictions.
I also need to talk about the composer. He is a great person. Yeah. Like that soundtrack
I love that.
Is beautiful.
I love Last of Us.
It is.
I get chills listening to the
it's absolutely incredible.
My favorite is the menu music. Funny enough.
Yeah,
it's just beautiful.
Yeah, like what I was talking about, like significant thing happens, cuts to black, winter.
Yep.
It's the music, the music that like it cuts and then it fades in, it sets the mood. It's just like that's so cinematically masterful.
Aesthetic.
I like the it's like Uncharted with the multiplayer. They play the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And like it starts out like this, just basic dum 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 dum. But my favorite track in the game is probably, I forgot what it's called, but it's the one that has the guitar. It's like forgot what it's called. I got the soundtrack on my laptop.
Are we still talking about Last of Us? Or?
Yeah. Just we could talk about the soundtrack. I forgot what this track is called.
I'd have to listen to that.
I'll have to look it up later. But yeah, that was that. So anything else or?
I'm currently playing Left Behind. I assume I'm like halfway through.
What just happened? Spoilers again. It's still spoilers.
It's past it's literally right after the cutscene where Ellie and Riley kissed, and then all the runners showed up.
To the end.
Yeah, you're almost done.
Really? Okay, that is pretty short then.
Yeah, it was like $14 on PS3.
Yeah,
so yeah.
But that I guess I'm near the end. I know how it ends because the ending of Last of Us spoiled it.
Yeah.
Because obviously Ellie gets bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. Great game. I didn't realize I went on for that long.
It's Last of Us. It's Last of Us. Understandable.
It's Last of Us.
It's fine. We went over 10-minute limit and we went about 20 minutes.
That's
okay.
fine.
It's Last of Us. Understandable.
Last of Us. But yeah, those are the games I've played so far on PS4, and
Good choices so
that
far.
theory.
So far,
Good choices so
I
far.
really
Fucked
like
me
them.
up.
Damn.
So
dude.
yeah, it's good.
So we got next topic. This one will be really quick. People got triggered at Wolfenstein: The New Colossus'
here we go.
marketing.
Here we go.
When
Here
they
we
made
go.
a post saying "Make America Nazi-free again." So I just want to emphasize real quick: the whole point of the Wolfenstein franchise
Is killing.
is about how it's
Nazis.
an alternate America where the Nazis won World War II.
They did
Therefore, the
not see
goal
it
of the
coming.
game is to kill Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally,
that's the whole
from,
point. Kill
from
Nazis.
from Castle Wolfenstein, the very first game, your goal was to kill Nazis.
God.
That's all you did in the game.
Yep.
Fucking Wolfenstein 3D, you run through a prison killing Nazis. You know, like, what else do you do?
Yeah, it's like when I look at this thing, it's just like 1-800. Come on now.
Yeah. Also,
Oh, we haven't even said what exactly the whole topic was.
People got
Got triggered over it.
triggered and upset. They were like, "Oh, I didn't know Bethesda were a bunch of SJW cucks." I'm like,
now that is some fucking.
It's stupid.
Oh
One.
my god.
since when is killing Nazis a bad thing?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Nazis are bad. You know,
You should
Nazis
not be
should not
upset.
exist anymore.
You should not be upset
You know?
Was
over
Hitler
a statement
bad?
like this.
Yes.
What
End
do
of
you-
video.
okay.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Call of Duty does the kill Nazi thing all the time, but no one gets triggered.
Well, because they
Nice
they
talking
never.
into
They
the
never
microphone.
specified.
It was
specified.
just a game thing. Yeah. They said make America Nazi free again. I'm assuming this is
Okay,
because of
okay.
the
I
Charlottesville
love how you're
thing.
facing away from the
And
microphone.
I
Sorry.
think someone said that it's because they took Trump's quote and made it about Nazis.
Oh.
And I'm
okay.
like, can kind of see that, but at the same time, it fits the whole. You could use that slogan as a thing for the game. Your goal in the game:
Is
make
to kill
America
Nazi.
Nazi-free again.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just so like the way they worded it triggered a bunch of
So
people.
People
if people
No, it's not the way that they worded it at all. It was the assumption because there's this whole thing that we're gonna talk politics here. Just bear with me for just a minute.
it's gonna happen.
Just bear with me for just a minute. There's a big problem with the left right now of them labeling
Getting
people
offended.
Nazis for no given reason.
Yeah. You disagree with me, you're a
you
Nazi.
like this thing, you're a Nazi. You
Yeah.
disagree with me, you're a Nazi. So I think the whole problem was that people assumed this sort of thing automatically. It was like a second nature thing. Like they assumed that thing immediately. But the thing is,
they did it too.
the thing is, the game is about Nazis. They weren't referencing that separate subject at all. They were talking about the video game about a Nazi-filled America where the whole point of the game is to kill Nazis.
Now, what-
So they just made an ass. Assume
Yeah.
makes an ass out of you and me.
Yeah.
Now, what gets me going is all these people they like to label the left as people who get offended so easy, like, oh my god, you've offended me,
They both
and
get
look what
offended.
happened
Yeah.
during
Both sides
It's-
get
it's-
offended.
yeah. So
Over different things, but they both
it's
get
not just the
offended.
left, it's the right as
Triggered
well,
as
and
fuck.
you can tell by the triggered people in Twitter. They got offended.
Like,
you know?
whoever got upset by this quote, you exposed yourself. Like I'm gonna assume as a Nazi, because like you shouldn't have got upset about this, or if you're so butthurt over the left's opinion, why does it bother you that
Exactly.
much? Like, oh, you're just a snowflake. Why do you care about their opinion so much that you got
Says
offended?
the snowflakes on the right
Yeah,
too.
like
So
why
I
are
mean,
you so offended that Bethesda made a statement that you thought pertained to you? If you think it pertains to you, it might.
Yeah,
It just might.
You might
If the
just be
shoe
an
fits.
asshole.
Like I said, the shoe
The
fits.
thing is that this whole thing is a major step in overcorrection. Like there's a major fear of the way that certain politics are going right now, that people, they're afraid of censorship, which is a very valid fear to have.
Yeah.
Is of people of the left censoring people that of
Yeah.
essentially thought crime.
Yeah.
And the problem here is that there was a major overcorrection in that everyone should have a voice, clearly, even if their voice is not good. And it was a major overcorrection. They're fearing so much of censorship that they've overcorrected to the point of giving Nazis a platform. and it's like that's a major overcorrection. Don't give Nazis a platform.
Yeah,
that's where the problem comes into. Like,
so
the left
I mean,
just gets so upset about everything now.
It's an overcorrection.
People are getting annoyed.
Yeah,
and even I'm fucking annoyed.
Oh, like, I am too. Yeah,
there's people I completely disagree with, but I'm like, you shouldn't be that one guy, Milo, whatever his last name
Milo
is.
Yiannopoulos.
Yeah, I don't agree with
him.
9/10 of the things. He's like he's alt-right, but he's also like he's
not alt-right.
He's not.
He's not.
What's his alignment?
He's right Republican, and that's the best I can place him.
Is he more conservative?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
so
like, he does
yeah.
speeches that are like the left will completely disagree with.
Okay.
So people were like protesting him at a college and stuff. They were like protesting outside where it got violent. So they had to cancel the event for security reasons.
I think
don't
I know.
Do shit like
I think
that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, like let the man speak. If you don't agree with it, don't listen.
Yeah, I mean,
essentially.
Like,
oh
damn.
man, that whole Berkeley
I don't agree
chaos.
with. I don't agree
Jesus
with most
Christ.
of the stuff he says, so I don't listen.
As long as
I love how it was a free speech rally, and the rally was trying to deplatform him, and go completely against free speech. It's like, what the fuck?
God damn.
Well, so I think we should stop the
like I said,
politics.
it doesn't exist.
Basically, people got triggered over something stupid and they exposed themselves.
Yeah.
I would like to apologize about all like the sudden influx of politics. It's just that we reach a boiling point at some
Even gaming
point.
can't stay out of politics now.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't. Fucking Takahashi and Cuphead and Gamergate. Come on.
Yeah.
1-800. Come on now.
But yeah.
So yeah, speaking
we
of assholes,
we just reach a breaking point at some time, and I'm sorry about that, but it had to be said.
It had to be
for us.
said.
It's cathartic.
Yeah, but yeah, speaking of assholes, Rick and Morty fans.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Claims to be the smartest fan base in the world.
We
Waits
will
5
deviate-
hours for ketchup and teriyaki.
We'll deviate from gaming and technology for just a bit,
We
to
have
address this chaos.
we have to hand this L to the Rick and Morty fan
Wait.
base.
Is this about that McDonald's shit?
Yeah, it's about
Yes.
it's about the Szechuan sauce, Morty.
I want the goddamn Moulin Nugget sauce, Morty.
I don't think I've ever seen
A more retarded fan base.
Yeah, a fan base that is so fucking like horny for Rick and Morty than Rick and Morty fans. I mean, I don't think there's
You
ever
thought Undertale was bad?
Yeah.
Well,
at least Undertale doesn't like go to a restaurant and demand they bring a sauce.
There were lines
Oh,
around
and
the
then very
building.
autistically shout, "I'm Pickle Rick," and then
Yeah,
run out.
There
yeah.
were people running. There were people chanting, "Give us the sauce." There was some.
Oh my god!
There was
Yeah, the
some
give me
idiot-
the sauce thing. Holy shit!
There was some idiot that got so upset and mind fucked that he started freaking out, stood on top of the counter, started yelling, "Give me my sauce!" Then jumped back
That's
on
what
the
I'm talking
ground and
about.
started rolling around. I'm
That's-
like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
I'm surprised there wasn't a shooting. I'm dead
Someone got
serious.
There was a
stabbed,
stabbing.
apparently.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a
Probably
stabbing,
because
dude.
someone had sauce.
yeah.
And like, I want that, and you're not a fan.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. My dick is bigger than yours.
I'm
there
Pickle
you go.
Rick.
Yeah, I'm Pickle
Now
Rick.
some people try to blame it on McDonald's for having low stock. Now, while they did have low stock, why are you grown ass fans waiting in a 4-hour line for some fucking sauce that's been rebranded from a 1998 Disney movie?
Yeah.
Do you really have nothing better to do with your time?
Like I
I would never stand in line for 4 hours
just for a fucking
for
sauce.
a condiment.
I
Like, what the fuck?
for a condiment.
Like,
No,
what
it's
the
true.
fuck?
Rick and Morty fans, please just take it fucking down. Just
No, like one thing that really annoys me is that Rick and Morty fans claim to be so intelligent. Bitch, if you watch Rick and Morty is not a smart show. It has some smart concepts in it, like
it's just a
multidimensional
comedy.
theory.
Yeah.
It's just a
It's
comedy.
an adult
Like,
cartoon.
I'm sure you're losing brain cells by watching Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like, there's a tweet that I retweeted a few weeks back that it reads like this: I watch Rick and Morty. The class is shocked by my overwhelmed intelligence. How? I can't even understand its sheer nuance and subtlety. Well, wubba lubba dub dub. One student laughs, and I turn to see who the fellow genius is. It's none other than Albert Einstein.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Like, this is possibly the dumbest fan base I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Watching Rick and Morty does not mean you understand theoretical physics.
I want to see them write a paper on the multi universe theory.
Yeah, write a paper on multidimensional theory.
Write a paper on it, sir. Let me see how smart you really are.
I love Rick and Morty.
I love it too. It's
but
great.
I'm not gonna like stick my dick in other people's faces and tell them to suck it. I mean, like, come on, man. Like,
I still want to
get
watch
a hold
it.
of
But,
yourself.
bump
It's
that
a great show.
Yeah,
I don't know. Clearly, you're not smart enough to understand the nuances of a fart joke.
I'm not smart enough. Yeah.
Oh, like that point in Gazorpazorp where Rick just farts.
Yes.
You're not intelligent enough to understand the sheer nuance of that long,
now
stretched
that plays
out,
into
wet
theoretical physics because if you fart, no, I don't know. Oh my god.
I mean, the name itself, Gazorpazorp, sounds like a fart. No.
But yeah,
dumbass fans.
The fans make it so the only reason I watched it is because I said I would watch it after finishing Kids Next Door, and I did. So
Lubba Lubba Dub Dub.
Well, yeah.
I am in great pain. Please help
watching
me.
Anything right now.
Yeah, I recommend it. Just don't let the fan base get to you. Just enjoy it.
I've let that go now. Like I ignored
the fan base.
I ignored Overwatch because of the freaking fan base. I have it now. I play. I'm like, okay, game's cool. Fan base is still a piece of shit. I wish they'd all die, but it's still fine. So I ignore fan bases now. I mean, that's how Steven Universe fans have to be.
No, but seriously, please, if you can, for the life of you, avoid conventions and avoid fan bases. I was a part of a fan base, and I single-handedly ruined Undertale for Daniel. So I have seen the effects. I have done the effects. Fan bases are terrible. Don't be a part of them. I'm sorry, Daniel.
I try to stay out of shit now because I don't want to become that person.
I'm just gonna self-flagellate all the time.
That's a theoretical physics.
I stay out of stuff now.
You're right.
For that reason, I stay out of stuff. Like when I try to like do that by yourself. Come to me when you're done. That's what I do for everything now. Because I don't want to become the people that I hate.
Yeah.
So I just like.
But that's all we had to address.
Like Last of Us, I didn't say shit. I'm like, okay, you're gonna enjoy this. I just stayed the fuck back till you beat the game.
Back.
Yeah, fall back.
Fall back. Fall back, nigga.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's that.
You said a bad word. We're going to be demonetized.
We're going to be demonetized.
We could talk about that.
I can't believe I was such a cunt.
We did?
Shit, I did it again.
When did we talk about it?
Yeah, Apocalypse, because of how PewDiePie more or less is one of the reasons it started.
We talked about that last podcast.
Yeah.
We talked about that last podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We could talk about the Casey Neistat incident, though.
I haven't even heard about that.
Well, basically, what happened was we all know about the Las Vegas shooting that happened.
Oh, how someone said we don't monetize videos made around tragedies.
Team YouTube. Casey,
but then Jimmy Kimmel's video was still monetized.
Yeah, Casey Neistat created a video saying, help support the people of Los Angeles, and all of the ad revenue from that video was going to go to the funds to help Las Vegas, but the video was demonetized. So Casey Neistat went to Team YouTube and said, what the fuck? And they said, we heart the heart emoji. We heart what you're doing to help. But our policy is to not monetize tragedies. Meanwhile, Jimmy Kimmel's video is completely monetized to this day right now as we're recording this on October 12th of 2017, 4:38 p.m. That video is still monetized. And it's a favoritism that's happening right now. And
it's business.
It's
taking
money.
over YouTube.
It's money.
It's like
Jimmy Kimmel's a AAA show or something, you know,
it's
like
not what it is.
He's affiliated with the elder entertainment industry for television.
Yeah.
And YouTube wants to rub up against that because they know that's where the money is because the hell adpocalypse things are happening. Unfortunately, they're self-cannibalizing themselves because they're not supporting the people that made YouTube what it was.
And you know, I'm glad a lot of popular channels are starting to speak out against this. Yeah. And I'm so glad.
YouTube is more or less killing off anyone that they're not making an immediate huge profit on.
And no matter what you say about PewDiePie, he is number one on the website. So anything he says really helps and also really hurts. We already know that story, but you know.
And I'm a lot of YouTubers are moving to different platforms, which I think is a good idea at this point.
Twitch.
I think we need to start abandoning ship and stop feeding the beast.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely
because this will not end.
I'm waiting for something better to come up. Twitch, you can upload videos now. We need a new website though. We need something that can actually take YouTube by storm.
The problem with abandoning ship though is that once all the popular YouTubers abandon ship, their spots are just going to be filled by other people.
True.
Like once an
That's true.
H3 leaves, another Rice Gum is going to show up, or another Jake Paul's going to show up, and then shit. It's
Freaking
like
Jake
they're going to
Paul.
get popular, and
That's true.
Yeah,
someone's just going
clickbait.
to take their place.
That's true, but
and YouTube's still going to remain as big as it is.
That's true, but the followers, if they are all abandoned ship and stay together, they'll draw their fans with them. So YouTube can come back.
It won't happen,
but it's going to be
though.
new people, and they won't be as big. YouTube's already starting to suffer from their stupidity.
And what's slowing down that process, I'd imagine, is also monetization and everything, because a new platform has to establish a good set of rules with monetization, you know, with copyright strikes and whatnot. And
a lot of people are jumping ship on Switch now.
You've got to find a very good It's a gamble.
Yeah.
You got to
Mixer
find a
is also starting to kind of it's this new thing called Mixer.
Never heard of it.
I think
It's
I've heard
brand
of
new.
it.
It's like they're starting to make it. It could potentially. It won't kill YouTube, of course, but it could become potential competition eventually.
You know, and that's the thing. Who's to say that the next platform won't become another YouTube?
Yeah, that's
They
the
don't
main
know.
thing. There's no competition for these huge corporations.
Yeah, nobody. You didn't think anyone would get bigger than MySpace, and then we got Facebook.
Now we got Facebook. Now we got Twitter.
That's true.
It's we need a
bigger
website.
they are, the
Winter's
harder they
coming,
fall.
YouTube.
Yeah. We need a website that has like the JW player, so you can have that high quality video. Have that be your standard video player. Have a monetization system in place. Doesn't have to be good yet. Just have one in place. And then, of course, people are just jumping ship to okay, I'm not gonna monetize my videos. Support me on Patreon and all that. Patreon's blowing up because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
Patreon's blowing up because of it.
It's like everything's. It's 2017. If you want to make something better, you can do it yourself, more or less. Just find some smart people to help you do it. So YouTube needs to come to realizations that they can be replaced. It'll take a while, but they definitely can.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah.
But
an empire falls eventually.
yeah, I'd like to mention that H3H3 actually won a lawsuit. Against I'm not really too familiar with the story.
I can't remember the fucker's name.
Basically, they did a video parodying his video, and then he got triggered and sued him.
Yeah, they goofed on him so hard, and they won the lawsuit finally. And I can't remember what the exact term it was, but it was just like
Ethan was saying that literally they own that video now.
Oh yeah,
and YouTube can't touch it. Legally, they own the video and whatnot, and so
no, it's not a problem with YouTube touching it. It's a problem with that person copyright claiming it touching
it's
because
a little bit
it was
of both
considered a quintessential example of fair use. That's right. That's what it was.
It's a little bit of both too, because of that, YouTube took away the ad revenue on that video. I think.
Right. Okay.
So he was saying there was this one company, I think they make like iPhone cases or something. They swooped in and they're like, we don't care. We'll put ads on your videos and whatnot, and we'll get you the ad revenue. We don't give a crap.
Yeah, that's where the sponsorships come in.
Yeah,
sponsorships. Hashtag Dollar Shave Club and Lootcrates and
yeah.
Audible and all this.
Yeah.
It's like
that's what's happening also on YouTube. People are just putting their ads in the video. So screw the before video ads.
That's true.
They get paid from the company themselves.
Yep. That is very true.
I've come this close to considering Dollar Shave Club and Blue Apron. Honestly, we're not sponsored by any of these companies, but I mean, if you feel like it,
you see it so much, you're like, yeah, we can hook people up. Give us a discount code.
But I am thoroughly disappointed in
we
YouTube.
have an episode that reached 100 viewers.
I feel so bad for all these content creators
Smaller
that are
ones.
getting fucked over by YouTube, and
Like,
it's a monopoly.
Yeah.
You know, these
definitely
it's an empire, as you said,
Favoritism.
Jacob.
Empires fall eventually.
So YouTube, you need to get your shit
your shit
straight,
together.
or you will fall. I 100% believe that.
A look at MySpace. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a shell of its former self. It's still alive, but it's a
Yeah.
shell.
Still alive.
Imagine that
Yeah.
though.
Arguably.
Imagine like because the internet's fast. It could be 2 years from now. YouTube is like a ghost of the past.
Yeah.
In just
The internet
2 years,
goes to
it'll be
whatever
like
is-
that.
But it's amazing how quickly time flies on the internet.
Look at Newgrounds.
Like you talk
Yeah.
about one thing and then the next week it's gone.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Newgrounds is still alive.
Still
though.
there, but not.
It's just
nearly
not as
relevant.
powerful as it
Yeah.
was in its
Yeah.
golden days.
Oh yeah. Poor Newgrounds. Like that wasn't even Newgrounds' fault.
What happened?
Like Newgrounds has been great the entire time. It was just
Other sites came along. That
other
was-
sites came along and it was just old age.
Yep.
It was just old age. It's such a shame that people forgot about Newgrounds.
Well, that's what people do.
You forget.
They forget
I'm
about
sure
the
there's a
old.
site used to go on a lot that I forgot. To be honest.
I think honestly it was YouTube that spelled the end of Newgrounds because all the animators like Egoraptor and
Yep.
I mean, hell, look at Sonic
and
Shorts.
Speedo
They're all on there
Sausage
now.
and all
Or
of
go back
them.
to Newgrounds to watch that when it's on YouTube now.
Yeah, it was all that shit was on Newgrounds. And like even the
Damn.
viral video of Numa Numa.
That was 10 years ago.
Newgrounds. And when YouTube came along
Fuck.
and all these animators started putting content onto YouTube, and well, I mean, one thing led to another, and animators went to YouTube.
Yeah.
And then YouTube fucked them over by changing the way that view count and monetization works
Yep.
from clicks per view to watch duration,
Yep.
which does not help animation at all. So
Yeah, it was.
animation died, unfortunately.
I remember at some point you had to watch like 70% of the video for it to be considered a view or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, no, it's considered a view by default, but it's considered a true view if you watch it 70% of the way
Okay,
through.
yeah.
That's like the true view is what counts towards monetization. If you just
Okay.
care about big numbers, you can click on, click off, click on, click
Yeah.
off, and there you go.
Rice gum.
More
That's
like
all
rice
he fucking
scum.
cares about is numbers.
I just
Yeah.
felt old as shit. 'Cause I realized I was talking about Sonic Shorts and Newgrounds on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Sonic
I used
Paradox.
to watch it on this old ass monitor in here. It was like 240p.
Yeah,
That
Sonic
was
Paradox.
damn near 10 years ago.
God.
That was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was
dude.
like probably 11 or 12.
We were in elementary
years ago.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in
Damn.
elementary school.
Damn.
Time just.
Is that my? Fuck, you were nerds.
Chaos.
If you get that
Swiss
reference, you're
roll.
awesome. All right. Next thing, real quick. Me and Daniel played the Gran Turismo Sport Trial
Oh,
on
God.
PS4.
Yeah.
It's Gran Turismo. The graphics look
The
amazing.
graphics are very,
It's good.
very
It
beautiful.
comes out later this year, and I sleep.
No, I don't blame you. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't blame you
The
either.
only reason
Sorry
I got the
if I
hard
spiked
on
the
was
mic.
for
No, you didn't.
the only reason I got the hard on for it was because I
like
love
cars.
seeing the cars. But
miss
the
it.
the gameplay is
see.
boring. I don't care much for racing
simulation
sims
racers,
either.
yeah, like
racing
give me a
sims
kart
are
racer.
too. Yeah, I like the arcade style racing. Like put Just Cause 2 on, and I fucking love the driving in there. It's terrible, but I love it.
But this happened to me earlier in this
Especially
gen.
you can boost infinitively.
Yeah.
Like with Evolution Studios, they made MotorStorm on PS3.
Infinitively.
Those
that's
were
a
like
word.
closer to arcade racers, where it doesn't have like realistic racing
you have
simulation.
you have
physics.
an accelerate button, a brake button.
Yeah, you
know-
accelerate, and yeah, they have a boost button as well because it was
Yeah.
an arcade type game.
Exactly.
And you turn left, right, and there's no like physics and stuff like that. Well, there are, but not the realistic ones.
But yeah,
and that was fun, and it was like it was about crashing and the wreckage and the graphics. I'm like, this is fun. Then they go and make Drive Club, which is a realistic-ish racing game. I'm like, why?
Like
Why?
I love racing games, but Sims kind of kill it for me.
I know people love Gran Turismo. They'll buy the freaking wheel and everything and sit there like
I
an
can't
actual
do that.
fucking NASCAR
No.
driver. I'm like, I can't do that, bro.
No,
I need some excitement in my life.
It's too boring to me.
I can go driving right now.
As I said, the graphics are great. They're fucking phenomenal in that game.
Graphics aren't anything when the game
yeah.
is boring.
And that's
Exactly.
the problem.
But
the best thing
it's
about Gran
just so
Turismo
boring. Like
is-
I played. Go ahead.
The best thing about Gran Turismo, this one, is staying awake during the whole race.
Yeah.
So you can watch the replay after, which looks amazing. It's like I'm not doing that myself. I'd rather just watch someone else on YouTube play it or something like that. And even then, like, it looks pretty. That's the only thing I can say about this that's positive.
Here's what you can do in the game, though. You're very limited. You can do like trial time trial races. You can do like a campaign mode quote. I don't know, but in the end, it's nothing more than just like a few missions, and that gets very monotonous very quick. So yeah, I give it an I sleep out of 10.
Is that a new Apple product, the iSleep?
Yeah.
Hush, they'll do it.
Yes.
Try if it's still available. I don't know if it is or not.
But if Gran Turismo is your thing, go for it.
Go for it. This holds you over until 7 comes out, which should be more of the same, but it'll have way more cars, way more tracks, all that stuff.
Yeah, there was very limited
this
cars
is like
in
just
there.
We're making one.
It was a placeholder.
Yeah, this is their placeholder.
Yeah, there wasn't shit for cars in there.
That's Gran Turismo sleep. I mean sports.
Sleep.
Oh, shit.
Gran Turismo sleep.
All right, and next topic. This is also the last one I have. This last topic I have. Let's talk about these the loot crate scenario that's been happening recently with games.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
2 games.
Shall I engage? Shall I engage Jim Sterling mode?
I need to
I need
to be enlightened.
Know. 2 games. One that just came out. One coming out later this year. Have done some very anti-consumer things with loot crates. The first one being Shadow of War on Middle Earth.
Okay.
So
really.
So basically, this game has loot crates. People were like, oh, okay, it's whatever. You can get better gear and stuff like that. But one thing they did that was absolutely fucking terrible, to get the true ending of the game, it's going to take you hours to grind and get to all the stuff you need. Or you can just fucking buy it in the loot crate. Buy the actual, like, stuff you need for the true ending of the game.
No.
Versus actually just playing the game and getting it legit. And they made it grindy on purpose. So you be enticed.
So you be enticed and getting the loot crate, right?
You know, okay. What happened?
And this game has been under fire in general because also
what happened to games being games?
That defeats the purpose of
your wallet.
Because I can yet another example from Uncharted 2. If you were to, I think it was beat the game on crushing or either that or platinum it, you would get Skelzor. Or was it Marco Polo?
It was Marco Polo.
Yeah, Marco Polo skin for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
You didn't buy it. There was no other way to get it except to beat the game, you know?
Yeah.
There's no unlocking anymore. It's just buying.
So far gone is the days of skins as unlockables. I think that's a part of why I liked Hyrule Warriors so much was because they give you skins, but you actually have to earn them through the game.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like, sure, there are some skins that you buy as
Yeah.
the
But they're
DLC,
not.
but they come with characters and stages and all this different stuff, so it makes sense. But by default, you actually fucking unlock skins by doing things in the game.
I like games that have unlockables.
So it feels like an actual game.
I prefer that.
Even Uncharted 4 was guilty of this bullshit.
Yep.
Because you
you
can unlock everything on Uncharted 4 legit, but what they did, and this was some scumbag fuckery that Naughty Dog did for the multiplayer. You want a skin? Okay, cool. But now they've added different color variants for that skin.
Yep.
So there's like 50 skins in the game.
And 50 different
They got
variants
10
of
different
that skin.
color variants.
Yeah.
And you might just get 2 color variants for one skin that you didn't even fucking want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's
It's taking the gotcha route.
Oh, wait, which game were you talking about?
Uncharted
I was
4.
just talking about
Uncharted 4.
Okay. It's funny you should mention skin colors. Because shut up. It's funny you should mention.
Okay.
Well.
Oh shit.
Well.
I didn't mean it like that.
I get
I'm
it.
not PewDiePie. Okay, it's funny you should mention skin customizations though, because in Destiny 2, you can get skin colors for your different pieces of armor, and there are four different armor pieces. Every time you get a skin pack, though, it only gives you 3 out of 4, because of course it does.
Oh my god.
No, here's why Destiny 2's is bullshit.
And you guess you have to buy the 4th one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Or you have to randomly get it through another loot box.
And Destiny 2 fucked it up so bad, Bungie can go fuck themselves for this. In the first game, when you got shaders, you could just switch them all you wanted. You could just keep one. I like these 3. Let me just keep these 3. I'll switch between them. Now all the fucking shaders are consumable, so you can't keep the same shader. Now. So if you like this one, you better not change that shit unless you already have another one.
God. That's so bullshit.
Which is bullshit.
And you're not allowed to sample it either because you'll lose the current one you have.
And you're like, oh shit, what's this look like? But I might lose this one.
I hate this one.
And I'm just like,
can I go
fuck
back?
you,
No.
Bungie. Why the fuck would you do that?
Leave that shit for the mobile games.
That's
now,
what the gotcha games.
Now, what the fuck happened to games being content carved like this? Like, why the fuck are they like this? Like, there's a big
money hungry.
To
like,
make money.
Like, I know we have to make money, but there's this notion going on. There's like this big fight going on in the game industry right now about games still costing $60 and all of that.
But you still having to do other
people
stuff.
and people are saying, fuck, how am I gonna word this? There are people saying that these things are like these extra costs are necessary for development because the MSRP hasn't gone up over $60. And I would actually argue that games have indeed gotten way more expensive than $60. If you look at any Ubisoft package, like in order to get the full experience of the game, you have to pay like what, $150 for the game.
EA does it too.
Battlefield 3.
Yeah,
I
like
had to pay for the game, 60.
It's so like
premium 50.
So like
$110 right there for the full experience.
So yeah, then so we have these special editions, and like game companies have started calling it giving these different editions like terms like silver edition and gold edition.
Yes.
So it's gotten to the point like $60 gets you into the game. But $150 gives you the game.
Yeah. And
then of course we have loot boxes on top of it, and we have
consumables
and treasure chests,
then
and
there's games
microtransactions and all this.
I fucking hate them.
Games don't cost $60 anymore; they cost $200.
Then there's games like Destiny, where in the case of that, if you only spent $60, you got fucked over eventually because they would take away content from you. For example, when Destiny came out, $60, you get the base game. Like, okay, I probably should have got the season pass, but whatever. When the first DLC came out, these hoes at Bungie were like, okay, well now for our infrastructure, we're gonna have to take away these modes that you've been playing and keep them for DLC players only. So we're gonna give you this mode where you can get a mixture of the 3.
But
you're gonna lose your shit. And I'm like, wow. So basically, the way people compared it was, imagine buying a couch. Then when the new shade comes out, they're like, okay, we're going to take away the left part because that's only for the DLC customers.
Sorry, we're taking this cushion.
Like, and that was such bullshit.
It's funny that, like, you brought up, like, Ubisoft and EA.
They're notorious for it. And Warner Brothers. Fucking Warner Brothers. Do we even need to talk about Shadow of War?
Yeah, that's why I started this whole thing with how they're doing bullshit.
Like
with the
they added loot boxes too, and even the fucker, like when you're in the menu for the loot boxes, it's like rubbing his hands together, like.
Oh my god!
And when you actually buy it, he's like, "Oh shit, you actually bought it."
But yeah, like
it's so unnecessary.
There are some nights where I just browse the Origin store just for the fuck of it. Yeah, that's a new term now.
No, it's a term. Go on.
But yeah, like I look at Battlefield 1 or the Star Wars Battlefront, and I see like I could count like 5 or 6 different editions that you can get. You buy the standard edition, which is $60, but you can also buy the gold edition or the silver. You can buy the dildo edition. Like
there should only be. Three editions.
The
original release,
the OG.
No, the original release, definitive edition, and Game of the Year edition. That's it.
Or there
should be no more.
There should be a collector's where you
no,
can get
there shouldn't even
physical.
be a collector's edition, because when you do a collector's edition, that gives them the leeway to content carve. It's like they're like paying $60 gets you the game. But buying the collector's edition gets you the game. So
well, it depends on what the collector's edition comes with.
Statue or something.
If they give you other stuff outside the game,
I know, useless tat and whatnot.
But because like I I bought into the Uncharted Collector's Edition because
it depends on what the Collector's Edition has.
It depends on whether it tickles your funny bone.
Exactly.
Because you wore that ring a lot.
Oh
You
yeah,
had the belt buckle.
I still have both the ring and the belt buckle. I just don't have
Like if it comes with stuff that's just gonna be able to be bought later, then
Yeah.
it's bullshit. But if it's like stuff that you like outside the game, like physical stuff or whatever, then I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Just
Now,
don't change the collector's edition between regions. Leave it
don't
the
do
same.
that.
Oh yeah,
Like-
I hate that shit so much.
A couple days ago, I got an advertisement while I was browsing YouTube, and it was an advertisement for the new Assassin's Creed game, the one that's going to happen in Egypt.
Wait a minute.
And it was an advertisement that said, "Pre-order now at GameStop to get an exclusive treasure hunting mission. Power to the players." And it was just
stupid.
like, really?
Pre-orders
Really? You're gonna
missing that
create
shit.
one mission and you're gonna make that? I hate content carving so much.
That's a pre-order thing too. I don't
hate
do
pre-order
Pre-orders
things.
used to be pretty cool, but
Now you're kind of required if you want the full game.
well, even if you're lucky with the developer, they'll just release it later on.
Yeah,
and,
some devs do that.
But pre-ordering is so stupid to me
Infamous
now.
is
I don't
guilty of
do
that
that
shit.
shit.
Oh, you mean the
Both of them, First Light and Second Son. And with Second Son, there's exclusive missions for they're called Cole's Legacy, and you beat those missions, you get Cole's jacket in game. That shit ain't available separate. Still.
Oh.
And then with First Light, you get this DUP fetch skin if you pre-ordered. That shit ain't available separate yet. So I don't think they're going to do it.
It's a way to entice the
only practical use for pre-ordering is to reserve your copy.
Yeah, the
physical
guaranteed
copy.
That's why.
copy.
That's the only reason I
Yeah.
do
They
it.
make
Physical
billions
copy.
of
It's
physical copy.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely retarded. It's a pre-purchase.
A digital copy.
A digital copy.
Oh, yeah, I hate
like
that.
whenever I see that shit on Steam, it's just like,
Why?
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna save yourself 5 seconds at midnight.
Well, the one thing I'll give pre-ordering digital, preload, and the fact that sometimes it has a discount.
Do you really want to play it at that strike of midnight though?
I've done that with all my
Also-
games I have. Like First Light, I preloaded that. As soon as it was available, I started playing it. Lost Legacy, as soon as it was available, started playing
The
it.
whole
Also,
point
it's a gamble too.
Yeah, it's a gamble. It's
Also,
basically
those I trust, I do it
giving
with.
it's basically giving the publisher money under the hopes that the game is going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of pre-ordering physically is like if
Reserve
you
yourself
know
a
it's going to
copy.
be an obscenely popular game like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, where you know it's going to be a limited thing. You know it's going to sell like hotcakes and run out instantly. The whole point of pre-ordering is to procure your copy and guarantee that when you go to the store, you're going to get your grubby little hands on it.
Exactly.
You gotta have that gold Wii remote. Why the fuck was I a child?
I'll be honest. Here's the one time pre-ordering actually was a good thing for me with Ratchet and Clank last year, because I took Yvonne to the store with me to get my
right.
game.
Oh, yeah.
Yvonne got the last copy they had.
No, I got the
yeah.
last copy they had.
That was the last copy.
That was the last copy they had.
So that was one example where I'm glad I pre-ordered, because I could have got there and they would have been out, and I would have been out of luck.
Honestly, it was kind of the same thing for me. Like I was not really interested in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Wii U. So it was like 2 months after the game's release. I went and said, "Do you have Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker?" "Oh yeah, here's our last copy." Fucking what? Your last copy?
Yeah.
Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Really?
Yeah.
Fucking what?
Oh,
my
also,
god.
another case, Gravity Rush Remastered. If I didn't pre-order that game, I probably wouldn't have got it.
The way that game was handled was
Because they made
just-
like 4 copies of it. So like,
they did it through Amazon.
yeah, it was
though.
Amazon only.
That
so
was bullshit.
Yeah,
That's
that was
stupid.
bullshit.
Granted, I kind of understand why, because it would have flopped
They
out of the
could,
way.
nah, bro. They could at least send 5 copies to each GameStop. That won't hurt. And then like, because that's what they were actually playing.
Yeah.
Like they could have done that, and because the remaster flopped, and I'm like, I wonder the fuck why. Only available physically on Amazon.
That's stupid.
It's retarded.
Well, yeah, but yeah, the biggest thing with the loot crates, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the game is pay to win with this loot crate system. Because
Oh, that's a kiss of death.
The more
for
you
your
pay,
video game.
the stronger you'll
here's
get.
what
The
it is.
whole point of having microtransactions is it's
It's to add extra stuff. It shouldn't add stuff.
It's extra stuff. Like you're supposed to enjoy the game and say, you know what? I enjoy this game so much, I'm going to give you a little bit extra money because I enjoy your game so much. It's not supposed to constantly pester you, buy this, buy that. Bitch, let me play the game. Yeah. Let me enjoy myself. You're making me want to hate the game now. Yeah.
Here's what Battlefront 2 does.
Because you're constantly pestering me.
And here's what Battlefront 2 does, and it's really fucking stupid. So you have, they brought back the star cards, which I'm like, okay, cool, that's for the game. Like, it's basically your abilities. You pick the cards. But they have one, here's the example that's been used a lot. When you use Boba Fett, he has a missile barrage attack. So you can get a star card that's like, roll this. Okay, I got this one. Now I'll take 50% less damage when using the rocket barrage. But it can go all the way up to 100. There's like, you can get 50, 60, 75, or 100, or something like that. You can just re-roll the fucking card with your loot crates, and you can potentially re-roll it to get that 100%. So what you can do with this fucking game is buy the re-rolls till you get the 100%. Now, because you've paid for it,
you now have the game by the dick.
You now can take 100% reduction because you fucking paid money to get that. And that's just one example. There's stuff like that for ships. Take less damage from fire. Shoot your weapons do more damage. It scales across the whole game.
And of course, custom skins.
I don't even know if there's custom skins in that game. I think you can unlock those through in-game currency, but it's gonna take too fucking long.
That's another thing that I hate about. That's one thing that I really hate about loot boxes is like loot boxes are always like they always give you like skins and useless sprays and whatnot, but the skins are what I really like.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I like. I like the skins.
Like whenever Overwatch happened and that Overwatch had the loot boxes,
that handles it correctly.
Yeah, I agree.
Total Biscuit said that the loot boxes in Overwatch aren't really that egregious because it's just skins customizable stuff like skins and sprays and whatnot.
It doesn't put you
but
above
the thing
someone
is, like, it doesn't matter to him, and that's fine because he doesn't really care about alternate skins. But the thing is, that matters to me because I get tired of playing as Green Link. Maybe I want to play as Purple Link or Dark Link, or maybe I want to play as Ocarina of Time Ganondorf. Yeah, and like skins matter to me so much.
The only thing,
and like when the skins are locked behind loot box or a ridiculously high paywall of in-game currency. Or like a lower threshold of purchasable currency. It's like, fuck off. Actually, fuck off.
And that was even worse when they lock it.
Kiss of death for me for Overwatch.
When they lock it towards a certain season, like, oh, get this by playing during Halloween.
That was the thing that
get this by playing during winter. That's fucking stupid.
Now that was the kiss of death for me for Overwatch. Like I wanted to get Overwatch, but the more I stood back, the more I was like, fuck no. Fuck
you can also like buy the skins with, I forget how that works, but I've bought a few skins I really wanted.
I have
not
a
with
pride
cash, like
factor.
in-game currency. I forget how I get it though.
I have a pride factor with these things. I do not give my money to developers like that unless they really deserve it. Yeah, or impress me. With free-to or the pay-to-win games, I am solid with not giving my money. I do not do it. I just my pride is too big for that.
Same here.
I don't even think it's a pride thing, to be honest. It's just a logical
thing. It's more of like a principle thing.
I always go
based on principle.
I always go for the free, harder way to do it.
Yeah.
Because they are not giving my fucking money if they're gonna do something that absurd.
Even with Naughty Dog,
you know?
I don't like.
Exactly.
Last of Us is pay to win in a way. Because there's certain
it's not
guns.
As bad as Uncharted
it's not
4.
bad, but like there's certain guns that you have to buy like with actual money.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's one called the fucking tactical shotgun that's overpowered as fuck. Because it's like a 2-hit kill in short to medium range. God. And there's other guns that can combat it, but like you buy that and it's got a huge ass reticle. So it's it's easy as fuck to kill someone with that gun.
Yeah.
And then I bought one called the Enforcer. That's the best pistol in the game. I love the Enforcer.
But you have to buy it.
I had to pay for it.
Let me guess. Is it a revolver?
It's like a Desert Eagle.
Like a desert.
Oh damn. Okay.
It shoots
I thought
fast
it was referencing Dirty Harry.
It's like shoots fast and it's powerful.
I always use the revolver.
I love the Enforcer, but I had to pay for it.
No, thank you.
It's just I missed the
I'll stay with the default guns that I got.
This entire thing just boils my piss so much.
It does.
I just missed the
Jesus, my onions, god damn it.
I just missed the sentimental value when you used to like unlock something. It's like, oh, I beat hard mode to get this.
When there was no internet It was just a game.
Shit was lit.
Shit was lit. Honestly, it was lit.
It's like,
it was great.
I earned this.
I
didn't
love
pay
to-
for it.
I
One
love-
thing Last of Us does right though with their paid stuff, you can pay for like different animations for executions.
That's
It doesn't
extra.
change the
like a
game.
taunt.
They last the same
Yeah.
amount of time, but they look cool. It's something different.
It's like-
that's
I
fine.
miss cheat codes.
Yes,
I know,
that
right?
Oh,
too.
cheat codes are
I
dead.
I always love to use the original Ratchet and Clank games on the PS2 as an example for what a game should be.
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
you mean how they like
Because-
skins and stuff?
Well, no, not for multiplayer wise, just for being a game.
Right.
Yeah,
You
just
know,
for being
it
a
was
complete
a game.
package.
was
There
full.
was no internet. You had cheat codes. You had a great time on the games. Now
there
it's
was
not
no
like
day
that.
one patch. There couldn't be a day one patch, but there was no
Exactly.
day one
Devs-
patch. It was a
there was-
complete package.
Yeah,
Devs don't
you
know
got what you paid for. There was
Cracking
no
time.
special
Even PS2 were
edition.
cracking time.
And I
Total
I
Destruction
love,
too.
like I love cheat codes. Like I went to record the picture boxes episode for Ty the Tasmanian Tiger for our playthrough. And I'm still working on that, by the way. And I fucked it up, and I had to delete that file. And I was basically stuck at the beginning of the game, no progress, 0%. And I needed to do this picture box episode, but I essentially needed to play through the game again.
Yep.
Cheat code to get
Cheat
all the
codes.
boomerangs. Thank you, Chrome, for keeping in those cheat codes. I love cheat codes. It's
I do
like,
too.
I
Me
would have been
PS2
fucked
days.
over in that regard.
Good old
if it-
PS2 days.
I would have been fucked over in that
You have your Arsenal
regard.
lightsaber thing.
Yeah.
Pause, circle,
If it
square,
were not
circle,
for
stop,
cheat
down,
codes.
left. I still remember that cheat code to this day.
At least Uncharted still has them.
Drake's Fortune had them.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
going through every game had them. Even Uncharted 4, it still has cheat codes.
I mean, hell, one of the biggest
You
things.
don't put a code in, but they're there.
Oh,
you
yeah,
mean
the cheats.
All right,
Yeah.
the cheats. Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
it's like that video RDC World made where it's like they just bought the game.
Oh,
like
the start button
it's
DLC.
Like start button DLC, $10.
Damn. Oh, it's like, damn, I just paid over $60 and I ain't even swung yet. It's like so true.
But yeah, that's a whole range.
It's just
there.
like,
Battlefront 2, your Starfighter is awesome. I want to play the campaign, but I'm getting your shit off G2A or CD keys. I'm not supporting bullshit
yeah,
like that.
I
can't. Like that's literally pay to win when you're already paying $60 for the game.
Yeah.
The fuck is that? And of course this one, the DLC is free, like free maps, free characters.
okay.
Oh, yeah,
But y'all did this. This is arguably worse than charging for the DLC and the.
yeah.
I mean, they're
In
getting their money.
in conclusion, the argument that game developers are like game publishers are being generous for not going above $60
It's
for the
bullshit.
past 30 years
Bullshit.
is bullshit.
Here's- now,
These
here-
games cost way more than $60. Go fuck yourself.
Here's the thing with the whole thing of
you
saying,
want everything,
oh,
yes.
games are $60, they should charge more. If it costs you so much money that millions of copies sold so it doesn't turn a profit,
You're doing something wrong.
You fucked up during the development process.
No,
We
that
didn't
just-
ask to see every single individual pour on Laura Croft's face,
Exactly.
all right?
Yeah.
It just means you're a greedy, money-hungry
putting money-
bastard.
Piece of shit.
We didn't ask for
fucking
Mario's
curmudgeon.
nose to have jiggle physics, all
Yeah.
right?
You're
We
putting your
didn't
money
ask
towards shit
for
that doesn't
it.
need to be there. Like Uncharted had a budget. Like Uncharted looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That game didn't have a budget on the scale of like Grand Theft Auto or Battlefield, but it still looks amazing
Mm-hmm.
because the developers actually took what they had and worked with it.
Wait,
Yep.
which Uncharted are we talking about?
4
4?
it didn't have a small budget, but
Uncharted
it
4
still
has...
it still had a big budget, but nowhere near as big as like what EA or DICE will put out.
No.
Uncharted is a bit of a bad example, though, because there are some really incredible things. I would say keep Naughty Dog out of this because they're wizards operating on a whole other
That's
level.
Yeah,
true.
For God's
That's
sakes,
true.
for God's sakes, these are the people that when the light hits Nathan's ears correctly, you could see the cartilage inside.
Yeah.
Why the fuck? So that's not
I'll
exactly...
use Ratchet and Clank as an example.
Okay,
Right.
use
The new
Ratchet and
one.
Clank then.
That's
That had a smaller budget.
Yeah.
And it was made in 10 months.
And
And
was
it's
great.
incredible.
And it
fucking
looks
great
amazing.
game.
It's fun to play. It's the best Ratchet game since A Crack in Time.
It is.
Not better than A Crack in Time, but the best one since.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. That's
Not
a
a
much
huge.
better
And
example.
that game was $40 at
40.
launch.
And
It was
that's-
$40.
And it's
And,
so
and
well.
guess what? There was no special editions either.
No, there was one thing that was
there
bullshit. You could pre-order it and you get the bouncer.
Oh,
I don't know if you can
God
get that
damn
game
it.
widhout pre-order. That game without
Nope,
pre-order.
you can't.
You
I
can't.
didn't get it.
okay,
Fucking
no,
hell.
that's
That's
stupid.
bullshit.
That's fucking
Fucking hell.
bullshit.
Well, aside from
That's
that,
shit that I hate,
yeah,
too.
aside from that,
Yeah.
the budget of the game though, they made it look that good, with a relatively small budget within 10 months.
Devs don't know.
So Square Enix, DICE, all of you, lower your fucking budget and just have the devs actually work.
Oh, fucking Square.
Square, don't get me started.
All right, no, stop. Let's stop the topic.
Don't get me started with Square.
We're at an hour 50 minutes. Let's stop. Let's just stop.
All right.
All right. Once you said Square Enix, I was just like, cease. We're gonna be here another 2 hours.
It's about to go left.
Yeah, stop.
Okay.
Good discussion though.
Fuck Square. Fuck this.
Lower your fucking budget.
And fuck you. Final Fantasy 15 doesn't need a mobile release. Fuck you.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. No more.
Yeah. All right.
Do we want to do the final question, or are we just gonna? I think we take the axe to this beast.
That was the last topic.
I think we're okay.
I think we're done.
Oh wait, actually, there's one thing that I would like to talk about.
Game Boy Classic.
No.
Okay. Wait, what?
Oh, Nintendo filed a patent for Game Boy Classic, so that might happen.
Okay, fuck them.
You mean like the Super Nintendo thing
kind of like
the
that, but for the Game
NES?
Boy. They filed a Game Boy Classic patent. We'll see.
That's
Good
kind of cool.
God.
But no, I was gonna say that the Battletoads exclusive stuff or Xbox version of Shovel Knight, it's come to PC. Nice. It's basically in every version now, so that's cool.
Hey Sony, put that Kratos version on.
Yeah, I was about to say put Kratos in everything,
please.
Stop hogging. Oh, Phil Spencer also said the crossplay is pretty much a lost cause at this point.
Oh, that's
so
such a shame.
Sony being a hoe.
Yep.
That's what happens when you're in
Minecraft.
That's what happens when you're in first place. All games. That's what happens when you're in first place. You turn into a cocky little shit.
Yep. Oh wait, so the Together for Everything for Minecraft is dead?
No,
it's gonna happen.
Just
no PlayStation.
Here's everything. Then here's Sony's cocky ass.
Okay.
Yeah, that's managed by Microsoft.
Okay.
Nintendo and all that. That's gonna be all here. But
okay, thank goodness.
Yeah, we already roasted that ship.
Yeah,
long time ago.
So I'm surprised we went to Tech Peasants without roasting Nintendo.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything. They
haven't done anything recent.
They haven't done anything egregious in the past 2 weeks.
That's impressive. Considering
stay that way. It's a step up from your bullshit. That's all I got.
Now
to say.
announce the Sunshine HD.
Dude, oh my god!
Announce Sunshine 2.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That would get me rock hard.
Bring back Flood.
I think we're good.
All right, I think we're good now. That's the podcast.
We're gonna do the outros now, Jacob.
My name is Jacob of Retrotech. You can find my photography at jacob-of-retrotech.deviantart.com. You can also find me on Twitter at RetrotechComs and also on Instagram at RetrotechComs. You can also find me on Steam at RetrotechComs or Jacob of Retrotech. I honestly can't remember which one it is. I'm pretty much either RetrotechComs or Jacob of Retrotech on whatever platform you want to look me up on. That's it.
Keep on.
I'm CooperClan13. You can find me on PlayStation Network, Steam, and Twitter. That's it for me.
You know, and I'm in a pretty good mood right now, so I think I'll let your mom fuck me just once, just this one time, and we'll see how that goes.
All right. And I'm Varmint1. It's Varmint1 on everything. Varmint1 streams on Twitch though. That's the one exception. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Bye.